Game 1 in Cleveland, Julius Randle back. Missed the last 5 games of the regular season with that sprained ankle. 16 of his 19 in the first half. Key shot of the game, down 1:49 to go. Josh Hart for 3 puts the Knicks up 2. Hart 17 and 10 in his first career playoff game. And Jalen Brunson huge down the stretch as the Knicks pull out Game 1 in Cleveland, beating the Cavs 101-97. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pidto, along with Hahn and Wally Szczerbiak. How's everyone's blood pressure? It's going to be an interesting series. Great finish. It was there for the taking, Wally, and the Knicks took it.
Yeah, I just think everyone that came in off that bench played very, very tight and professional. I mean, that's how you have to win games on the road. They got contributions from all over the place, up and down the roster. And Julius Randle, the fact that he's healthy, that he's right, gave him a good lift to start that game. It looks like he's having no ill effects of that ankle. And at the end of a game, Jalen Brunson knows how to close, and he closed it out.
Yeah, and that's the formula of the Knicks' success this season is Julius Randle gets you off to the good start. You get bench production, and then Jalen Brunson, the closer, enter Sandman. You get him making big plays and big shots down the stretch. That's how the Knicks won this season. That's how they're up 1-0 in this series.
Knicks had 17 offensive rebounds. That was key. And the bench, even though Emmanuel quickly, Allen, scored only 3 points, the Knicks bench outscored the Cavs bench 37-14.
I'll tell you what, a key substitution was late in the game is that Tom Thibodeau went back to Isaiah Hartenstein, who I thought played a fantastic game off the bench. And he was key in getting that offensive rebound, which was a big play late in the game. But the bench was phenomenal. And Josh Hart, 17 points and 10 rebounds. Another guy that got to everything and then knocked down that key three-pointer. Stat of the night, though, was what? Rebounding. And it was something that,
credit, but
well, because it's going to be the stat of the series, and it's something that J.B. Bickerstaff talked about with his team. He worried about the Knicks and their ability. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the league, top 3 rebounding team in the league. Keeping them off the boards was going to be critical. And while they have a lot of size, Wally, the Knicks' bigs outplayed Cleveland's bigs.
They did. And, you know, Cleveland has 2 really big guys down there, pretty much 2 7-footers that are on the floor for 40-plus minutes or right around 40-plus minutes. So the Knicks' heart and the desire that they played with Julius Randle coming off that ankle, big rebounds, huge. Got 10 boards.
Yeah.
That was big.
Gigantic.
Hartenstein was a plus 19 in 21 minutes. Phenomenal. He changed the game when he got into that game. That is a distinct advantage that the Knicks have coming off their bench against Cleveland.
All right, let's take everyone through the fourth quarter. Knicks had a double-digit lead, Allen, and then all of a sudden it got tighter and tighter and tighter before the Knicks were able to pull it out in the final couple of minutes.
Absolutely. The playoffs happen, but look, you're on the road and you've got a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. You feel good about it, but you know, by the way, how about that step-back shot on a 7-footer for Jalen Brunson making that? But this guy, Donovan Mitchell, I mean, this is why he is one of the best scorers in the NBA, especially in the playoffs. And what you started to see, too, was the turnovers that were happening for the Knicks were based on Cavaliers' defense trapping. Cedi Osman was guarding Jalen Brunson. You see there again the help, reach in. And at this point right now, the Cavs take a 1-point lead, and it felt like things were slipping away. And how about this here, too? Miss, the tip, again, up 1. Now the Knicks have to fight back.
Shot of the game.
Shot clock winding down. Josh Hart
looks around and just knocks down that huge 3. That was big time.
We'll see this on the Wally wall. Oh, no, not this one.
No,
this is just the step back.
Brunson getting good shots in the mid-range when he needs them.
This.
These are the hustle plays.
Hartenstein getting to that.
That's huge.
Now, here we go.
Cedi, relax.
Is he a lefty?
And he thought the screen was coming, and the left wing was open, and Jalen Brunson took advantage of it. He continued to get those big baskets when the Knicks needed to just kind of keep that lead upwards around 4. Donovan Mitchell, outstanding. I mean, that guy can score. That guy is smooth.
Yeah, he's scary.
He's fun to watch. And the Knicks are, you know, they were not able to contain him, although they kept everyone else in check. And I think that's going to be key for this series.
That is a big part of it, too. And we didn't show the Hartenstein reaching for that to get the extra possession.
Yes, that was
Randle also got a huge offensive rebound late as well. The extra effort there. That's the stuff that you love that the Knicks are doing, and that's really what they've been all season long. That's what wins in the playoffs.
All right, now Brunson missed the last 3 games of the regular season, resting that right hand. Only 6 points in the first half, played only 9 minutes because of foul trouble. Wally in the second half goes for 21 of his 27. He had 12 in the third quarter and 9 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I just love how authoritatively he played in that second half. He just said, I'm going to win this game, or because it's my job to just go. It's my time. I'm not going to let this game get away from me. Nobody else is, I'm going to take the shots that we need to get, in order to finish this game out and close this game out. He got completely taken out of the game in the first half with some of those calls, and it is nothing more frustrating than a playoff game where you're saddled with foul trouble to the bench. But you knew he was going to come out in this second half. He put his defender in the blender all game. Cedi Osman has height, so I think that's what they're hoping to bother Brunson a little bit. Yeah, height and strength.
Jalen torched him, though. No, Wally?
Jalen torches everyone. I mean, he torched Garland. He torches Donovan Mitchell. Cedi Osman is a little bit taller. I'm surprised they don't try to get Okoro on him a little more. But when they
did early.
I know. When they put Okoro on him, they run a lot of screen and roll. Because Okoro, is a big body. He can't really get by the screens as well as some of those other smaller guards. But Jalen Brunson, just outstanding. And it's incredible to me how he missed 3 games, comes in ready to go. Julius Randle missed 17 days, comes in ready to go. Get a win on the road in a really tough place to play, that Cleveland building. That's an outstanding performance by the Knicks.
You want to hear it in the best-of-7 series when you win Game 1? Do you care about that?
Oh, I love that. What do you got?
75%.
Nice.
All right, there you go.
Big number. It's a big
We
number.
call that useful here on the MSG Network.
Yeah, getting Game 1. And getting Game 1 on the road, again, now you're really setting the tone. You just took back control now of the series because now you have the home court. For Brunson, this is a team, the Cavs are number 3 in the league in defending the paint, right? Well, Brunson scored 12 of his points in the paint, 6 of 11 shooting, getting it done in the paint. He actually was more effective in the paint than Evan Mobley was for the Cavs. He had a ton of chances in the paint, couldn't finish. Again, Nick Biggs outplayed the Cavs Bigs. Playoff edition of the Wally Wall here, and we've got plays for you and lots of them. A lot of contributors in this game, no doubt about it. And a big part of it was, we didn't point this out, the Knicks held the Cavs under 100 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big story of this as well. Their defense got it going in this game, and some defense that leads to offense right here.
Yeah, and Tom Thibodeau just got done talking in his press conference about multiple efforts. Now, freeze it there. There's a great job of double teaming, and it's a hard double team. Get the ball out of Donovan Mitchell's hand, and that's exactly what happens here. Now, Mobley had the ball in this situation a lot. Now, freeze it there. That's good help by Josh Hart. But then there's another guy helping here because Josh Hart can't leave the shooter away in the corner, and that's Isaiah Hartenstein. Being smart, being in the right position, they forced Evan Mobley to shoot 4 for 13 on shots like that. Then you get the rebound. Josh Hart always has his head on a swivel, looking up, looking up. Terrible defense, terrible defense. Nobody picks him up at half court. Nobody's communicating and pointing to stop the ball. That's the number 1 rule in transition defense. You have to stop the ball. And Josh Hart just goes, all right, if you're not going to stop me, I'm just going to go right around everyone and go right to the basket and get an easy 2 points. Josh Hart was absolutely outstanding. The DNA of this team changed when he came over in the trade. We were talking about it, the 50-50 balls that he gets, the loose balls, being in the right spot all the time, the multiple efforts on defense, like that play when he just kind of hedged a little bit just to throw off Mobley a little bit. I mean, he was just outstanding again tonight. Huge performance off the bench.
His best skill, motor.
Yeah.
When he comes into the game, it's just go, go, go. And he makes all kinds of plays. And we're going to show another effort by him where he gets an open 3 for Julius Randle, and at a moment in the game where they really needed it.
And he never makes like questionable plays. It's just always the smart, simple play. And this is a good job. R.J. Barrett kicks it out to him. Now freeze it there. Now he could look to shoot here because he's got an opportunity to maybe look to shoot, but he's like, I didn't like that shot. I think we can get a better shot. This is what teams and coaches and players talk about. Don't take the first available shot because sometimes if you probe the defense, you'll get a better shot. So he's really good at penetrating. Defense is all out of whack. Randle's hands up right here. And I like when Randle gets these kind of shots because sometimes when he takes those threes off the dribble, step backhand in his face, it's nice for him to just catch and shoot a nice little rhythm three-pointer here. This was a big basket, too. Gave the Knicks a 10-point lead with 6.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and then the Knicks were able to hold on. But that's just an example of how important Josh Hart is to this team.
It was that point of the game where Bill started practicing his open about a win. We told him, don't touch the money. But it did come down to some clutch plays late. And Jalen Brunson made this one to put him up by 4, which pretty much sealed the win.
And 2 monster offensive rebounds down the stretch of the game also. Here's Josh Hart. Shot clock's running down, so he pulls up here. Now freeze it there. Now look at Hartenstein. He's really blocked out very well, but this is just a loose rebound, one of those 50-50 balls that you get a break on this situation where he anticipates where it was bouncing off the rim, gets a step on his defender who's trying to block him out. And look at this. Look at the tip. Just one hand tips it back out. Get it to Brunson. Okay, everyone's kind of confused. What's going on? Chetty Osman's looking around like, okay, I got to get a stop here. Now, the screen was coming over. That's the key here. When the screen comes, Mobley's yelling to Chetty Osman, screen left, and he hesitated, and as a guard, if you can blow up the screen and not use the screen and reject it, you are going to get to the basket every single time. So here comes the pick, and Mobley's out of position. Jared Allen's got to get over here a little quicker. To try to make that a tougher shot for Brunson. But Brunson does a good job of not having to always shoot a layup. He kind of stops at that 5-foot range, shoots a floater, and it negates the shot blocker and Jared Allen being able to come over there and help. That was a big basket, and then the Knicks were able to ice it away.
It is, and Chetty Osman, they put him on him in the second half, and they thought maybe they found something to slow down Jalen Brunson, but there on that basket, no. And again, let him go left, which is a strong hand. The Knicks are loaded with lefties, and on that particular play, you let him go left, and Bill, the Knicks get the win.